Good morning, Overlanders. We are in Goblin Valley, and there be goblins here. So just before Halloween, though, and Utah State Parks doesn't actually get around to dressing up the goblins. So maybe you want to do that in Photoshop. But it's morning, and we are going to be entering another leg of Bears Ears National Monument. It's not that far away. I think like an hour and a half drive, maybe hour, something like that, south of Hanksville. We pull into Hanksville for gas and more adventure. But meanwhile, we really like this campground. It's like $53 a night. So, but it says showers and toilets. But it's beautiful here with these beautiful mud cliffs. I mean, look at those guys. It's like terrific. And you can kind of hike up in there. It's like little slot canyon kind of ideas in the mud. So, and this, you know, I think this is Jurassic mud here. Pretty old. Bottom of the ocean. We can also flip this around and you can see the San Rafael Reef over there in the distance. All the slot canyons and cool things to do over there also. So that's not very far away, and we'll be covering that in a future video. Okay, Katya's Kitchen has been evolving lately. We've got a little Cuisinart coffee maker there, Hilton hotel style, and a little toaster oven, which she just made up some nice toast for us. Little lamps up there. They're just really nice at night. We'll show you a shot of that. We've also got these soft cabinets now, very low weight. Because we off-road, we really like to keep the weight down, so just things like hats and stuff goes up there. And we've had the refrigerator now for a couple of months, and I've redone back down in there. I've redone the electrical system. We have a new propane monitor, you know, a bunch of stuff like that. Victron down in there now in the electrical system. So getting, you know, kind of cool. I don't really have any other plans for anything else. The van's really comfortable right now. This is Wooden Shoe Road, and this is how we're getting back into Bears Ears. There's no sign. You just kind of have to get it figured out. And so far the road's in good condition. There's evidence that it gets graded once in a while, but you never know. We get somewhere, we could have a washout that even with traction boards and stacking rocks or whatever, we won't be able to do. And road conditions change out here frequently, but so far this is our kind of road. This is nice. Steep, but shouldn't matter. Shouldn't need mud ruts mode, because you just like go right up it. But it is steep. Yep, right up in normal mode, no problem. Okay, and roads go off in different directions here, so we are going straight according to Gaia. And that does look intriguing over there.
We connect.
Does it come back to the same road?
Да.
Okay. Well, it looks intriguing, and we're going to do it. Kind of fun. Oh, pretty. put the drone up, show you guys some cool stuff. But here's a really nice dispersed camping site with a stunning view of the Henry Mountains and the gorge with the Colorado River in it. Wow, this place is beautiful. This is really nice out here. Kind of a lot of a prairie there for a while. I flew the drone, you got to see it all. But now it's been more interesting as we get a little farther along. The road's like super easy. Katya is like, she's driving now and she's really happy because we aren't crawling over ledges or through a bunch of sand or something. So it's definitely beautiful. But then again, we love the desert, and long ago, junipers is part of the desert. There are quite a few cool dispersed camping sites, flat, fire rings, well, not fire rings, just the rocks piled up. But yeah, this is what it is. It's like, really, anybody can do this. We haven't seen anybody on this road. Now, this is a Friday towards the end of October. October 25th, actually, my wife's birthday. So she's out here exploring on her birthday. Finally, a place where we can pull over. There's dispersed camping's allowed here, it looks like. There's a fire ring. The BLM didn't throw all the rocks away. And we're looking over towards the Henry Mountains, and this is a very top of one of the side canyons of Dark Canyon. And we're going to have lunch, and we're going to set up the drone to show you guys some cool shit. Okay, we're coming to a, somewhat steep grade. It's mostly the issue is ruts, and see a line through here, of course. But we did put it in mud ruts mode, just in case it got kind of hairy towards the top. Had to drop into a rut, but nope. So we got into San Juan County, and it's the road's in worse shape. This is San Juan County, Utah. There's a San Juan County in Colorado also, nearby. Has something to do with the San Juan River, I think, and the San Juan Mountains and all that. So we're getting into different terrain. We've been going along a flat shelf for a long time, but now we're getting more into ledges and the rocks. Nice steady pedal, gas pedal. I'm not actually pedaling the van. And so for us, this is kind of fun. It's probably should have an all-wheel drive for this. We started spinning a little. Okay, should have gone to mud ruts on that. The normal doesn't work anywhere near as good for mud ruts as the anywhere near as good on the rocks and that kind of broken terrain as mud ruts does. Normal just isn't there. So fun to be climbing up, and that just means there's probably something kind of fun and exciting ahead of us. A pass, something. Off to the left, nice, dark canyon. We were on the far side over there not long ago, and the road ahead is been graded, and it's like really nice condition. And we're getting up into maybe even the pines here. We have pinyon pines for sure. They coexist with junipers usually, but we're getting up into taller pinyon pines and some evidence of maybe Jeffrey pines or that type of tree. Yeah, cool there, eh? Woo.
Wow.
Okay, put down the manual gear. M1. Lower ourselves down. Oh wow, I gotta shoot that to the left, Cat. We're on a very narrow ridge up here, and huge views on both sides. We've done a little shooting out the sides, but it's pretty continuous, big views. It's really cool, and we've got bigger pines here. I mean, they're pinyon pines, so they're not towering, but with altitude we have picked up bigger pinyon pines. And we just passed a little snow beside the road. Not much, but a reminder of what's coming soon. Still a real shortage of pullouts and dispersed camping sites along here. And that's disappointing. Okay, so we're going to drop down in between these ridges, something like the notch over east of us, I guess, from here. And we did that on another leg in Bears Ears. So we're dropping down into that, and then we're going to climb back up onto another ridge. And we're heading towards the actual Bears Ears, those two big buttes that are the name for, you know, why this area is called Bears Ears is because they look sort of like Bears Ears. We have seen a couple of other vehicles. One guy passed us, looked like a work truck, and he might be the grader guy. Then we passed a Navajo couple that are up there just exploring. They were curious about the road behind us that we've already come through. And they're from Monument Valley. And by the way, the Navajo like to be called Dine, or something very close to that. I'm sure I didn't get it quite right. Apologies. But that's what they like. It's D-I-N-E, with I guess an accent or something in there.
But he recognized what you were saying.
Yeah, the guy recognized right away. You know, helped me pronounce it a little bit better, of which I may have already forgot how to do. But we're pretty sure we're looking at the backside of Bears Ears here, those two buttes ahead of us. But wow, big country out there, big country. And that's the country of the Pueblo Indians. The Pueblo Native Americans made their homes in the cliffs, mostly, but not entirely. I think it was the Navajo that called them the Anastasi, which means enemy. So, you know, all those native groups fought amongst each other all the time. It's like this was not a blissful existence out here at all. But I'm pretty sure it was the Navajo that called them the enemy, or Anastasis. The story goes something like that. Look at those canyons down there. But those are the canyons with the ruins in it. So you get in trails and you hike down those canyons and you can see Native American ruins both on the ground in front of you and in the cliffs. I think the cliff dwellings are much more interesting than which both are just foundations now. So there's other roads that look like they might have been a little easier, but hey, we're not cowards. This is great fun. Like, this is the best part of the trip. Well, it was pretty fun on the hike end too. It was very beautiful there, and then a lot in the middle was like okay. This is awesome. There's a road below us, so I think this is the switchback here that shows on the map.
Oh, here's the switchback.
Yeah. Boy, that's pretty badly rutted here. It's mucky. I don't think I want to go over there. So let's just kind of go slow here, and I'll show you the canyon down there. Like, it's precious, really precious. And Kat, yeah, you want to shoot out the side as we're going down this thing?
Yeah.
It's like way cool. This is fun. I'll try to get more to the right here. So. Look at that down there. There's pine trees down there.
So this is sort of a shelf road. It's a little wider than what I consider a shelf road. And there's a pullout, which is kind of a cool thing. Like, I'd like to run the drone now, but, oops, sorry. I'd like to run the drone now, but it would have to go like straight down because you have to keep it 400 feet or less off the surface. And I can't just fly out across that canyon legally. So I don't want to do it. But, wow, it would be great, like be an airplane and fly along out there. So if we could get down near that wash, actually I wonder, there may be a natural bridge or two down in there, Kat, because we're not far from natural bridges, National Monument, and that isn't the National Monument. That's behind us and down. Awesome. Just awesome.
That's a big view. Big.
Yeah, I had a feeling this would be a cool ride. Okay, so we have quite a ways here, just driving along this somewhat of a shelf road. To me, a shelf road is when it's like there's no room to pass, and it's pretty much straight down, which it is pretty much straight down, but we do have room to pass. Yeah, this whole road has had room to pass. It's been really easy that way. There's no stress. All right, down into another canyon. We'll get back in here, and then we'll crawl out of here. So there's been more dispersed camping sites. I think the ones on the other end, the Hite end of this, are better. But on this Natural Bridges National Monument end, there's spots. There's a place you can park and have a bit of a view over some canyons and cliffs. So it's pretty cool. Doesn't look like they're used as much. So the road was mucky recently, but it's actually just fine now. Big canyon on our right here. It's got pine trees in it. Or fir trees. Big fir maybe. It's getting enough water down there. So Katya is looking down in these canyons for native cliff dwellings, and then I can run the drone down there. But so far, I think we're too high. 7,000 feet here, and probably not a decent enough water source even 1,200 years ago for the Pueblans to find water and corn, grow some corn, and also game. They were still mostly a hunter-gatherer society. But we do have squirrels up here. There's chipmunks, lower down antelope squirrels. We like all those. Okay, it's getting cool out here again. So we're starting to get some of the evening golden hour effects. It's not as strong as it will be, but something. And we did actually pass somebody dispersed camping. First time on this road. Went down into this canyon and then back up, which is like the only way you get around here in this terrain. Okay, look at these rocks have got little holes in them. Pretty cool. gentle climb up through this little pass. And it's kind of a cool place. It's like a tour bus or something.
Mercedes.
Okay.
Wow. He feels he's too wide.
He's afraid. We scared him. Does he want to talk? He's got his window down.
No, I think he's fine.
Fine? Okay. Who knows? He sure does look like he belongs up here. That's it. This is the road. To the right is back to Natural Bridges National Monument, run by the Park Service. My preference is BLM lands. So we are heading down towards State Route 95. That'll be a short distance. And then to one of our favorite campsites out in this area, Comb Wash. Love it there at Golden Hour. And it looks like we are going to hit Golden Hour there again for like a third time this year or maybe more. So a great place. And we did pass some nice spots, but I think I preferred the more open, bigger views in the dispersed areas on the, what would that be, the north end or something, the west end of all of this, at Hite and the Hite crossing of the Colorado River. So just after we started there, climbed maybe 2, 3, 4 miles in, there was quite a few pretty nice, flat, big, open sites with huge views. Okay, this is probably State Route 95, which goes between Blanding and Hanksville. And we are heading towards Blanding. And there is nobody out here. Like, nobody's here. Home Ridge, which we have featured more in another leg of the trip. But coming into Comb Wash, alright, but it looks like somebody's sitting in the spot that we really want. So, we'll see when we get down there. So, back in here. Now, if they're really big rigs, they're unlikely to go back to where we do because they get nervous. So here's some rigs out here, but over here in these cottonwoods, it's not exactly a secret spot. As we're about to witness, there's a lot of people back here. I've never seen a crowd like this back here before. So that's, you know, I mean, we don't mind having people around, but there's
I don't think there's anybody.
a lot of equestrians here. Lots of equestrians. Okay, normally that's one of our spots right there. And it's beginning to look like we've got our favorite spot, which is kind of hard to believe. But, somebody left a camp table there.
They're coming
Or
back.
camp chair, yeah, they're coming back. So it was too hard to believe. Okay, let's go down here and see what we got. Get away from the horses. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. That was like wild. This guy's down here. He's got this area kind of wrapped up. Yeah, let's go a little farther. See what's out here. Our rig is a little more agile than theirs. Oh, here's the creek. This looks kind of cool. Sand's a bit soft. Really soft. Just putting mud ruts here. So that would be a pain in the ass. Do you see anywhere that would make a good camp without us being stuck in sand walking around?
Not really. I'd need to get my hiking boots out.
Yeah, let's see if we can find something a little less sandy.
Beautiful comb wash above us at golden hour. Love it here. It's far more crowded than we've ever seen it before. A lot of equestrians, they made their own little corral, things like that. And some big rigs have pulled in here, some big RVs. Yeah, usually this is more of an overlanders kind of place, but they're here. And but everybody's quiet, and so you know, that's nice. There's one little generator in the distance going. But the nice thing about being in a van is that we don't usually hear the generators much. It's not a big deal for us, like it would be in a tent. So what has Katya got going on here? This is her, she's going to be cooking her birthday dinner out here. So let's just spin this guy around like this, and here's the scene. She got that solo stove up and rolling in moments, it seemed. By the time I got the Starlink lined up and kind of working, she had the fire going and Chardonnay poured, and you know, it's not a bad little spot here, even with the crowd. So the crowd's kind of a shock, but still pretty nice out here. She's got all her tools of destruction over here, and pretty happy girl. Oh, and I haven't really shown the new winch yet, but we had this installed last weekend, and it is for pulling out Jeeps and Tacomas. It's good that we're able to be prepared to rescue them whenever. Starlink on the dash, and cottonwoods, like a bunch of cottonwoods, which is always my favorite. So the sunset, and Katya is making her birthday dinner here. It's shashlik. It's shish kebab.
But I was lazy and I didn't put skewers on. Lazy and not lazy. I didn't want to get my hands dirty. So it's easier to put all the meat that I marinated overnight into this grilling basket. So
Nice.
that's what we have.
Nice.